Welcome back to OpenLine. I'm Emily Luxen. Tonight is all about girl power. We are talking about empowering women business owners with our guest tonight, Sherry Deutschmann. She is the founder and CEO of BrainTrust, and we've been talking over the last few minutes about BrainTrust and what all you do. But a large part of that is you're working with, or 50% of your members are minorities or women of color specifically. Explain why that is significant and how you've been able to reach out to those particular women.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing because it's not what you see in most entrepreneurial organizations, and it's been deliberate and intentional on our part. Someone told me a few weeks ago that it looks to me like you're targeting Black women. I am. I absolutely am. I'm pursuing them like crazy because I want to you know, there's this huge gender a pay gap with women, and then the pay gap between, you know, Black women and white women. And somebody said, well, it looks like you're trying to bridge that gap. I'm not. I'm trying to widen the gap, except put the women on top, and especially Black women who've worked so hard for so long and underpaid and underappreciated. So I am absolutely actively pursuing them, getting them into BrainTrust so that we can build their businesses to $1 million and beyond.
And we talked a little bit about this, but again, there's so many challenges that women, and specifically women of color, face while trying to get these businesses off the ground.
Yeah, so often, you know, they didn't grow up in communities where the guy next door, you know, is an investor, or, you know, they didn't have role models that had investable companies. And so making them think bigger and putting them in a group with other women from all backgrounds who are thinking about, instead of a business that can generate $20,000 a year, what happens if we tweak that model just a little bit? What happens to your life if we get that business from 20,000 to 50,000? And then if we get it to 50,000, and if we can change the model just a little bit more and get it to $250,000 a year, that's life-changing for women. And that is part of what the process does.
And you said earlier you have a long list of success stories, probably too many to share, but do any come to mind specifically with a woman of color or a minority owner that has really seen their business change and grow because of BrainTrust?
Yeah, I think Angela Mitchell-Hill is the woman who owns the nail salon at the airport. And so, you know, she's often seen as the nail lady. And during COVID, you know, she had to lay off 90% of her employees. And she thought at the time, I am not going to survive. What am I going to do? And then talking with her vault, she remembered that she had put together a program specifically to teach Black women how to start nail salons. And here's everything that you need to set up a nail salon. Here's the supplies that you need. Here's the furniture you need. Here is the bookkeeping system that you need. And so during COVID, during that downtime, she taught several other women, Black women in Black communities, how to open their own nail salons. So they're, you know, giving them a path to financial independence too. I just love that story. And
yeah, that's so incredible.
These women are bringing incredible companies into Nashville right now. There are a couple I think can be billion-dollar companies that are in the BrainTrust community.
So if there's a woman of color out there who is starting a business or has started a business but is kind of struggling to get things off the ground, what's your pitch? Why should she come to BrainTrust? What would she take away from that experience, do you believe?
First of all, I think it's going to be comforting for her when she comes to our meeting where we explain, this is the process, this is what it looks like, this is how it works. She's going to be amazed that there are other women there who look like her. And they often say that this was shocking to me to walk in and see so many other women of color here. So there's a great comfort level there. But being put in a group with people with from so many different backgrounds and in different disciplines that can help them bridge the gap quicker. There's no place where you can get anything like this anywhere else.
And yeah, that was actually my next question. Obviously, you were kind of tapping into a niche here because you saw it was missing in Nashville. But I mean, there isn't anything else, right? I mean, this would be the best place to turn if you have these concerns or questions.
Exactly. And you're bringing those problems to women who have experienced the same problem. And getting their wisdom on, what to do or what not to do, what worked and what didn't work.
And so as you've kind of watched this grow, what has it been like for you, just seeing it from stage one to where you're at now, just the progress that BrainTrust and the impact that BrainTrust has been able to make here in Nashville? What's that been like for you?
Well, I sold my last company in 2016, and I didn't start BrainTrust until 2019. And I wasn't prepared for how hard I was going to have to work during this phase. So I'm working more than full time, and that's really surprising. But then I'll have stories where women come to me saying, I need this. And being able to use the BrainTrust network, finding exactly what they need within our organization or within the sphere of our organization has been amazing. So I'll have a really hard day and a lot of hard work, and then have one call from one of these members to say, this was a game changer for me. And then I'm really glad I'm doing this. I do believe it is, the most important work that I will do all my life.
What's kind of in the future? Where would you like to see it go and grow from here?
Well, I'd like to continue to grow, and we are partnering with the women's business centers. And so I'd love to, they're in 142 cities. I would like for BrainTrust to be in those 142 cities and more, so that we can just make a bigger impact. And you think about the 11 plus million women business owners who don't have employees. If those women would each just hire one person, it's 11 million jobs that we could add to the economy, just like that. And so that's where I'm hoping to take it, to make a major impact on the economy, and most importantly on the lives of these women and their communities.
And so, as you've talked about, sometimes women are maybe hesitant or not confident enough to kind of go and take these steps they need to grow their business. It sounds like that you play a large role in kind of pushing people off the edge a little bit to say, hey, you can do this. This is part of it. I've been there. I know what it takes. Well, listen, we still have the phone lines open. We haven't heard from anyone yet tonight. If you want to give us a call, you certainly can. The number stays on the bottom of your screen, 615-737-PLUS, if you'd like to give us a call and chat with Sherry Deutschmann. Again, kind of if you have any questions or need some advice, any women entrepreneurs out there, we would love to hear from you. Again, she's the founder and CEO of BrainTrust, but certainly has a long history in business with a lot of expertise that she can share. If you're interested to give us a call, please do. We will continue our conversation with Sherry right after this break. Stay with us.